Hello and welcome back to Theorist News. Our first big story is coming from Scott Cawthon, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's. About a few weeks ago he teased that he's got some very big news and it's arrived a few days ago, so I'll break it down what it means for the future of the franchise. So he's given an update on the movie. He did have a script but then he decided to ditch it. So the movie's been delayed a bit, but he thinks that he's got a better idea for what the movie could be, so we'll just wait and see. And he's also given an update for the Five Nights at Freddy's VR game. So it's about 40% complete, so hopefully by next year it'll come out and be quite interesting to see what it is like. He did say something about the gameplay. He said that there is a Funtime Freddy, sort of that thing where you take his disc out, and so yeah, when I first heard about that I thought, oh, it's going to be Sister Location inspired, but then he says that we're going to hear the classic gang finally sing, so maybe to me it seems like it's maybe a mix-up of all of them, or maybe playing homage. We'll see. And he's also given a wee update on the AR game. He hasn't revealed too much about what it is. He said, I think it's that the animatronics are going to be chasing us or something, and it's about 10% complete, so yeah. And now finally for the big news. So first big news, there's going to be a big budget AAA FNaF game, which he's working with a company that's going to be releasing it. So it's quite interesting to see what it'll be. I don't quite know what it may be about, but we'll see when the time comes. The next big thing is that he's going to be releasing half canon books. So he's says that he's going to be releasing 5 books, and each of these 5 books is going to have 3 short stories, and some of them will link directly to the game, so more lore, and some of them won't. So I don't know if he'll clarify if it's canon or if we'll have to figure it out, or so yeah, it's either way it's quite interesting. The final big news is that we may be getting FNaF 8. So he says that he said he was going to release a game maybe inspired by Foxy Fighters too, maybe, and he's now says that it's going to be called FNaF Into Madness, and it will be just all these concepts that he didn't use in previous games. So yeah, I'm thinking that it will be a third game. It will be the sequel to Ultimate Custom Night. So there's the first arc, which I call 1, 2, 3, which is the missing children's incident. The next arc would be the Afton family from FNaF 4 to FNaF 6. And I think that the next arc will be sort of like a meta-spiritual arc, because it starts with FNaF World, then Ultimate Custom Night, and I think that Into Madness will be the third conclusion to the one you should not have killed, getting out of the purgatory that the player is in. But anyway, either way, it's quite cool. So I look forward to hearing about what's going to be happening. I'm looking forward to all of them. So yeah. Next news is related to Deltarune. So there's been a data miner that's discovered some interesting strings. So he says, they say, so when you interact with an object in game, the game checks a number of variables to determine what text should show you. So sometimes games will crash if they try to show text that is not there, so programs will include a dummy text in case something goes wrong and the game tries to show a text that it shouldn't. There are a number of these texts that are technically not inaccessible in the game and are only available if you seek them out in the files. And they go on to say that they're all Gester related, which is a character from Undertale, which is a very mysterious character. So it has is that a cut on your face or part of your eye, which to call back to his design, he has like a cut on something on his face. It also, you can't read these symbols, or maybe it's the handwriting. A gash weaves down as if you cry. Suddenly your body seizes up. What are you looking at? And the pain itself is the reason why. So, yeah. So it seems to be saying that Gesta may make an appearance in Deltarune. There's been a lot of theories that that it's somehow connected like Sans, because Sans bleeds in Undertale, and none of the monsters bleed in Undertale, they just turn to dust, but in Deltarune the monsters bleed. So yeah, maybe Sans could come from that dimension. And also his door, which has like the flames underneath it. You see those doors pop up all the time in Deltarune, but not in Undertale. So, I mean, we'll see with probably Chapter 2 or any other future chapters of Deltarune. Another thing is in Fortnite, you get you see the rifts. They've started showing these images. It's sort of like a portal. Some people have seen skins through the rifts, like the sort of like the crystallized thing, which I think looks like the bird with the cube event. And yeah, so it's showing some interesting things, including a castle. So yeah, we'll see how this develops. But yeah, so subscribe for more information about the things I previously talked about: FNaF, Deltarune, and Fortnite. And another thing, seems that the ARG Moore's Novum is back. So if you're unaware with the ARG, it started as the How to Basic ARG, and there is a subreddit in Discord dedicated to it. But after a while, the moderators noticed that there wasn't really anything going on. It was likely a troll. So what they decided to do is create their own ARG, and it started out as something more to do with How to Basic, but now it's become sort of Moore's Novum, and it's sort of like called it alternate universes and things. And then after a while, it just stopped and went into a hiatus for the creator of ideas. And I think it was about a week ago, it changed names to it was like this fake news Twitter, which was saying things about saying that it was basically talking about World War III in a fictional sense. And then this person named Warwatch, which was another previous account, started talking about it. And now the Warwatcher account has now become Jacob, which is Jacob Scarlett, which is the main character of Moore's Novum. So in Moore's Novum, World War III, it's about to happen. I think it started. So yeah, it's back. And now for the final story, the Hangtime elections for mayor. The mayor elections will start soon. There's now 5 candidates running. There's Rose, John Hudson, Will and Aaron now separately, and the Banana. And now recently the Banana is doing some kind of, call it a smear campaign against them. He's sort of exposing them. So I mean, I don't really trust the Banana, so it'll be quite cool to see how that develops. And yeah, subscribe for more updates about all the news we covered. And yeah.